Friends, welcome back. We will continue our journey of pen testing. The machine I'm going to do in this video would be relevant one on the Vulnhub. The link will be added into the video below so you can check it out yourself. I think this machine, if you can follow some sort of methodology, it's not so solid intermediate. You can do it without a problem. Okay, before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So enough talk, let's just get started. We can switch into the Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of a target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be net discover. Of course, you also can use a map to do this. If this utility can work for some case, then we can switch to a map to do the host discovery. Yeah, as you can see, we can copy the IP address of a target and paste it in here. And as we move along the journey of pen testing, we can keep notes of some important information on our notebook. Okay, I think this is good practice. So I think now what we are going to do next, we need to port and service scanning with a map. Of course, the other alternatives are there, but I think a map is the most powerful. At the least, I think so. And so now because to save the time, I have already completed this scanning before. For now, I just cut out the result. As you can see over here, I use the options of scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The option for ON is the output option, and the format is normal, although a map can support other types of formats like grippable or XML. And as you can see, the all results will be saved into this file. So from the map scanning, we can tell that the target has two open port numbers. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service. This is a secure shell service. And the version information, including exact version number. As we know, this version doesn't have any vulnerability. And if you're not sure about it, we can use such a sprite to test or to check. And the second one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information, including its exact version number, injects 1.18.0. So what are we going to do next? We need to do immersion with HTTP service, both manually and automatically. Let's fire up our browser of Firefox to do the manual immersion first. And we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Press enter. Oh, sorry, I misspelled the IP address. Sorry about this. Should be 63. Remove the S. As you can see, we got the error. Very weird, right? Error establishing a database collection because we have this your webs. So maybe this is the password, right? So we can copy and we can immersion possible usernames. We can paste in here. Such information is very important. If we can find any other vector or entry to the machine, we can utilize this as username to make a brute forcing with Hydra. Okay? So now we can of course, we also need to check its source code. But I think nothing we can get. View selection. And also we can check the robots file. Not found. And next we can use Nigto. Oh, what I'm doing? I always use Nigto to do the automatic immersion. It can give us rich information about the web application. For example, like a server version, the header information, also some common files and directories. So I think we can know that the target is running possibly WordPress CMS. So maybe we can take a look at this directory. This is the default administrator panel. However, we got the error, right? So very weird. And of course, I don't think we can get any other directories. I mean, the useful directories or files. I will not wait anymore. So next, since know that we have already know that the target is running WordPress CMS or installation, we can use its particular immersion tool, WordPress Scan, WP Scan tool, to do the exact immersion for the WordPress. So how to do? We can launch our WordPress scanning tool, and we can use the URL, and we can use the E option. Press enter. However, we got the error, scan aborted. The remote website is up, but doesn't seem to be running WordPress. So I think the issue is caused by the error. If you open up the developer tool, go to the network, you can refresh, and then as you can see, we can get the internal server error. So how to do? We can use the option false. So this one, maybe if you're not sure about this, we can use the help. Oh, sorry. As you can see, do not check if the target is running WordPress or returns a 403 status code. It means that the WordPress scan tool or utility will start its immersion whatever the return status code, okay, will not do the check. Okay, so now we can press enter. As you can see over here, now the immersion with WordPress scan has been done without a problem. However, no users found. Also, no plugins found. However, WordPress scan has another, or more specific option to do the plugin discovery. So if you do not about this, we can use the help. And this one, the plugins detection, will use the supplied mode to enumerate plugins. So how to do? We can, this time we want to enumerate the plugins. We can copy the option. Sorry about this. And we want to use the mixed way. Mixed means will combine the aggressive and passive way to enumerate plugins on the target. And also we need to put the option of false. Otherwise, the scan will be aborted. Okay, so let's now press enter. So I think this example shows again the importance of the hands-on practice. Normally, we do not need to, understand all options of specific utility like WP scan. This case is false, but the false option is there. You just didn't pay attention to this option. As you can see over here, the main theme could not be detected, enumerating all plugins via passive and aggressive methods. We can give it a bit sweet time to see whether we can find the vulnerable plugins on the target. All right. When we will deal with the WordPress CMS, I think I strongly recommend you follow its methodology to do the enumeration. For example, the first step should be enumerating users, the possible users. And if we can find or identify possible user names, then we need to try to make brute force against this user to retrieve the passwords. Okay? But if this cannot work, and then we have to find the vulnerable plugins, just like what we are doing now. It's almost done. As you can see, has already discovered this plugin, and also the version is not a very new one. And we can copy and use Google to make some research. And then the Google can lead you to this link, maybe the second or third link. And also the exploit database. Maybe I can show you. So we can copy the plugin name exploit. This one, you can utilize this exploit to do or to go ahead. However, this one, I more like or prefer this one because this one is Python. I like Python. I prefer Python exploit. Okay, I've already made a clone this repository from GitHub. So now we can switch back to our terminal. As you can see, this one. So then I think we just launch our exploit. And if you press enter, we'll give you the usage. We need to specify the URL. And so now we can exploit and the URL. So now we can press enter. As you can see, the shell has been uploaded successfully. Even we have really got the shell, right? And of course, this shell I don't like very much. As you can see over here, we can launch another shell by this command. We can copy. Yeah, also you can get it from the Pentest Monkey website. And we can paste in here. And we need to do some modification. We can copy and replace here. And also, I don't like this port number. So now we can copy this command. Before we do that, I'd like to set up the listener on the Kali Linux VM. Maybe I can zoom in the terminal so you can see what's going on exactly. We can set up the listener by netcat. And now we can go back to the target, the web shell. We can paste in here. And we just hit enter key. And then we can get the second shell, which looks much better. Okay. And also this one is not the best one. I'd like to spawn the more interactive shell, and we can use Python and import pty spawn, and then we need to do the local immersion, the 3 users. I think our earlier guess was right. We can copy, but nothing there. Pasting, nothing there. Google authenticator. Go to relevant. I think this user belongs to the pseudo group, but at this moment we cannot get anything from its home directory. Next, we need to also we can check out the architecture. Not a very new one. So I think there must be some, local exploits. Anyway, I do not want to exploit the vulnerability of a kernel. So now we can continue our immersion locally. var backups, nothing there. Go to the www directory. Oh, I need to go back. Go to the HTML. Of course, this is the WordPress installation. We're very familiar with these files, right? For example, the one file we have to check is config file, because this file contains credentials for the database collection. As you can see over here, we can copy this information and we can paste. In here. So next, I think this should be the password for the database. However, sometimes the password will be reused, right, from time to time. So we try to switch to the root user by the password. But authentication failure. All right. So I think now we can log into the database of MyCircle to see whether we can find something important. However, access denied for user, which is fine. So next, I think we need to upload the NumPy script to do the automatic immersion in case we missed some important information, right? I think we can copy from my toolsets directory, toolsets, NumPy, and then we need to upload this script or file to the target. Not this one. We can use wget. NumPy. It's done, and we need to make it executable, and we just run it. A lot of output from NumPy script, like SUID, binary information, capabilities information, and also some interesting file. It's done, and we can scroll up. cron job information. Nothing special or interesting, which can catch my attention. Also some local exploits by the suggester. All right, I think we need to do more manual immersion. For example, we can go to the home directory. We need to go back to each subdirectory of home directory. As you can see here, we must be very careful. Normally, besides some files or directories in one specific directory, there are two special directory. One is the current directory, and another one is upper directory. However, in this case, in this user's home directory, we found this very special one has 3 dots. Okay, so I think we need to go inside this directory, and then we can cut out the node. I think this should be the MD5 encrypted value or data. We can open up. Maybe I can zoom in the terminal. We can use the hashcat show. So maybe not MD5, maybe SHA1. All right, we can save this hash to the hashes, and then we can use the John the Ripper word list. Of course, we will use LockQ word list to crack, because I've already done that earlier. So the John the Ripper has some sort of a cache. So if you want to display the result, we can use the show option hashes. As you can see, this should be the decoded or decrypted value, and we can paste in here. However, if we go back to the target shell, this should be maybe the username. However, in the home directory, we didn't notice this username, right? So I think very important, we need to use the cat command to retrieve the content of password file, which should be the standard step. As you can see here, if you take a look at this file very carefully, you can notice this user news. Normally the normal user, like this one, has the home directory under the home directory, and also the bash tab or the shell type. Okay, but this one is different. However, this has shell. I think we can switch our shell to this user, because we have already got its password, right? And we can paste in here. It does work. So now I think we can elevate our privilege, and we need to do some more checks. For example, sudo, and we can supply the password of the current user again. All user can run the node. And so I think what we are going to do next will be very straightforward. We can utilize the node binary or command to elevate a privilege. Again, we need to go to this website, GTF Opens, which contains instructions on how to utilize some commands or utility to elevate a privilege. Here, we just copy this entire one-liner command and paste in here. As you can see from the symbol, we know that we have already been successful. So now we can switch our shell to the root directory, and then we can retrieve the root flag without any problem. So I think this, although the author rates this machine as solid intermediate, but if you can follow some sort of the methodology, and also if you are very careful and if you are very patient, I think you can get what you want. You can pawn the machine without problem. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.